Hello, welcome to CM Square. In this video, I'm going to study one IBMYP SL questions for function this topic. And this question focuses on inverse functions. It's a past paper question from 2018 May Time Zone 1 Paper 1, long calculated paper. Question 3. Consider a function of f for x between 2 and -2. The following diagram shows the graph of f. Part A, write down the value of f0. So f0 means on the graph fx, when x is 0, we're going to find the y value when x equals 0, right? So when x equals 0, the y-intercept, -0.5. Part 2, f inverse when x equals 1. So that means on the inverse function, when x equals 1, what's the y value? Oh, let be a, right? So you should know the relationship between the original f of x and also the inverse functions. The xy will swap, right? The point xy swap. Let's say there's a point, 0, -0.5 on the original functions. The point becomes -0.5 and 0, right? The xy swaps. Now, we know there's a point 1a on the original functions. Inverse functions. So the point will become a1 on the inverse function. So we're going to solve the a values, right? On the original functions, when y equals 1, so that's point, right? 2, 1. So a equals 2, right? So that means the 2, 1 on the original function become a 1, 2 on the inverse function. So f inverse 1 equals 2 here. Remember, original function and inverse function, the xy swaps. Part B, write down the range of inverse. The domain of the original function becomes the range of the inverse functions, right? Because the x become y. So we can just copy it but change the x to y. On the above diagram, sketch the graph of inverse. So sketching the inverse, we can find a few points on the original graph first. So let's say we have the point 0, -0.5. We have the point 2, 1. We also have the point -2 and -2. Right? Yeah, also one more point, 1, 0. 1, 0. And let's go to find the point on the inverse. That's the point on the original functions, and that's the point on the inverse functions. So xy swap, it becomes -0.5 and 0. And the second one becomes 1, 2. And this one is unchanged, right? -2, -2. And last one is 0, 1. So with 4 points, we can sketch the inverse functions. -0.5 and 0, so it's here. 1, 2, 1, 2. -2, -2, and also 0, 1, 0, 1 here. So, yeah, that's the graph like this.